thing I hope that some of you guys have an appreciation for is that this whole airsoft arena venture is something of a learning experience for all of us. And it's going to be necessary for us to make some adjustments as we go along to make sure that the experience works out well for everybody that comes here. You know, I'd like to say that I'm doing this whole thing because I love airsoft so much that I'm just footing the bill for this all out of my own pocket, but the honest truth is this is a business, and you know, it does cost a lot of money to run a facility like this. We have to pay rent and electric and utilities and insurance and all that kind of stuff. So we have to make sure that at the end of the month that it's not, you know, draining my finances and that we're actually able to pay all of our bills. So I am making some minor adjustments to some of our policies. And the one that we're going to talk about today specifically is the rental policy for the airsoft guns. So to put it in a nutshell, what we're going to be doing is dividing the rentals up into two levels of rentals now. So we're going to have the basic rentals and we're going to have the premium rentals. And obviously the premium rentals are going to cost a little bit more if you want to use them. And you know, I don't want to just raise the prices and not offer you something more. So what we're doing is we're getting some more exotic models that we haven't had up to this point and offering them as our premium rentals here at the Airsoft Arena. And I thought today we'd give you a quick look at some of those new models that we're going to be offering. Now for our basic rental package, we're going to offer a number of different style shotguns that are going to be available for $10 a day in a number of different configurations, from the full stock versions down to the sawed-off pistol style ones. And we're going to also offer them in tri-burst as well as single shot versions for the little guys that don't have enough upper body strength to operate the pump action on them. For our premium rentals, we offer a number of variants in the full metal bodied AK-47s, MP5s, G36s, M14s. We even have a couple of M249 saws you're welcome to try out. But the one that I feature the most here are the M4 full metal bodied AEGs that we've got in a number of different configurations for those of you that are out there that like to experiment a little bit. One gun that everybody's been going crazy that we have as a rental here is the Scarl by FN. This is basically a beefed up M4 design where they give you a few upgrades over the standard M4 in that it has a side folding stock on it. It uses the standard M4 magazines, but it gives you an upgrade in that it has the ambidextrous safety as well as an ambidextrous magazine release on it. This also comes equipped with a lot of rails, so if you decide you want to add some accessories to this, you're welcome to add your favorite grip or flashlight or scope to it. Now, if you bring your own optics, you're welcome to use it. Also, as an additional fee, if you want to use our optics, we'll allow you to use them here, but it is at an additional cost. Another model that's been getting a lot of looks these days is the XCR by Robinson that we've got available here. This is another M4 style gun that basically feels and operates like your M4, but with a few added enhancements. First of all, it has the Crain style adjustable stock on this. Now, all of the controls on the XCR are just like an M4, so your mag release is in the same spot as well as your selector switches in the same area. This has flip up sights, so if you want to use the iron sights, you can just flip them up, or you can add your favorite optic to this gun. And what we're doing with all the premium guns is we're powering them with LiPo batteries to give you a little bit better trigger response. One gun that is off the charts in the cool factor is the Steyr AG. Now, this is a polymer frame gun, but because this has a full metal upper along with a metal quad rail system onto it, this is a fairly heavy rifle for such a compact bullpup style gun. Now, this normally comes equipped with iron sights, but for an additional fee, if you want to equip it with an optic, you're welcome to add one of ours to it, or just bring one of yours along and just pop it on there and use it however you like to configure it. Another gun that's very popular with people that like the compact sizes as well as the submachine guns is the HK MP5. Now, this is the full metal upper, so once again, this is a fairly heavyweight gun, even though there are some polymer parts to it. This gives you the lower tri-rail as well as the upper rail, so you can add a lot of accessories to this gun, or if you like, you can add one of our scopes if you want to rent some additional accessories for this gun. This is the full stock version, so it has a really nice feel to it compared to some of the ones with the folding stocks that tend to feel a little bit wobbly to me. Now, you can put larger batteries in this and get a higher rate of fire, but keep in mind here at this arena, The majority of rounds we do are in semi-automatic only, so having a high voltage battery is not going to really give you much of an advantage, aside from the fact that it may give you a little bit better trigger response since there's not as much lag between shots getting your gearbox to wind up. Another feature of our premium rental program is that we're going to be offering gas blowback handguns for rent as a premium rental. Now we have a number of 1911 high caps, we got some M9s, some SIGs. The only caveat is that these are gas blowback guns and you're going to need green gas in order to operate them, so you're either going to have to bring your own green gas or you can buy it here. We have it in cans for $15 a can, and this will be part of the premium rental program. So one new policy that we're going to be implementing is that every rental gun is going to require a $25 deposit at the time of rental, and when we get the gun back with all of its original parts, you get your deposit back. I know a lot of you guys are probably screaming at your computers right now going, oh God, Chris is getting greedy, he's trying to make more money on us. Well, that's not the case, guys. Here's the problem. A lot of guys are renting guns and then giving them back without the magazines, or they take the batteries out of it and stick them in their duffel bag and leave with it, and then I get a gun that's missing half of the parts. So the only way that I can make sure that I get the guns back in one piece is that we're gonna have to take a $25 deposit to make sure that everything is there when we get the gun back. A perfect example of that is the gun that I'm showing you right now. Came back last night. The guy decided he liked the front sight on this, so he took that off and then returned the gun without the sight on it. So we have to have a way to make sure that the guns come back in one piece. Otherwise, it's going to be costing me $25 to $50 every time somebody borrows a gun for me to replace all the missing parts on it. And as much as I like you guys, I can't afford to just be giving parts away like that. If you need parts for your guns, we sure sell them, so come on down and get them, but this is not a free gun swap where you can come down and borrow a gun and then just take whatever parts you want. So that is the reason why we are now having the $25 deposit. I know a lot of you guys are probably concerned that, well, what happens if I rent a gun and it just stops working while I'm renting it? Am I gonna lose my deposit? Well, no. Look, guys, I've been in the business long enough that I know these guns eventually wear out or need some sort of maintenance. So if the gun suddenly stops working, bring it back in and we'll get you another gun and get you back up and running. The main thing that I'm concerned with is that the guns come back with all the original parts in it. I want to make sure I got the battery, the sights, the magazine, the grips. You know, I just don't want this to turn into a free-for-all where we're out supplying free parts to people with sticky fingers. So that's the basics on rentals up to this point. And I know this probably comes as a bit of an inconvenience to some of you guys that have been renting guns up to this point, but unfortunately we just can't keep going with the same pricing that we had originally because I'm just losing money. You know, as much as I like you guys, I can't afford to just be giving you guys free stuff every time somebody wants to help themselves to my sights or my magazines or my batteries. So something's gonna have to change, and this is the best compromise I can come up with so that we'll have guns available for rent. You know, if you don't like it, best bet, go out and buy a gun. Come on down to the showroom and get yourself your own gun, and that's probably the most cost-effective way to play the gun, is get a gun that you're going to use every week, and you'll probably even get a little bit better with it because you're getting used to the controls being in the same place and the weight and the feel and everything like that. So if you want to find out more about the arena, feel free to go to our website at replayairsoft.com, or come on down. We're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Or if you want to buy a gun, come on down to the shop. We're in Severna Park, or just check us out on the web at replayairsoft.com. So until the next time, don't let the bastards get you down.